boxed wine. It's been helping divorced, middle-aged, childless women write shit scripts since 1986 and beyond. Here's to you, ladies. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Something Sunday. I'm, of course, your host, Wookie B. Bad. Got our usual panel here. Joker decided to join us once again. Might be start putting him on every thumbnail.
Just might as well.
Yeah. So we're gonna go around the panel. We're gonna get started. Bradley, how you been, man? Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been what, 2 or 3 days. Wow. Day drinking is not a good idea for me right now. Too much margaritas at lunch, but otherwise good.
Joker.
Well, day drinking is part and parcel with where I live and my work schedule. So it's just how things go here. But yeah, glad to be back. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Acid, how you been, man? I know you survived an electrical fire in your building last week, and
Woof.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week, but it has been a great morning. For the first time in my life, I have actually rooted for another national team. And when I woke up, it was the shootout between Sweden and America, and Sweden won by millimeters and all that, the shot. But for the first time ever in my history, if I ever rooted for another team, and it made me, I just was so glad that they're done, and some of them can just go to hell and go to, they got their money, whatever,
And well, and at least we know that this Swedish team is on par with a club team of 15-year-old boys that beat the U.S. women's national team.
The thing is, Sweden has knocked him a couple times before. This is not the first time Sweden's done it, but again, I shouldn't be rooting for another team, but here I am for the first time. I'm actually rooting for another country to whoop America's ass because the way their attitudes have been, and just think their shit don't stink. That what are they silent protesting now? Why are they not happy about? They're protesting now. They're all not. They're not happy with the national national anthem. They don't celebrate nothing. They're just mad.
Oh, they were. Oh, well, they made it a point to be at the ESPYs to receive the bravery award or something.
Of course.
And of course, they had to spend about 20 minutes just going on about how brave and stunning they are in achieving equal rights, which women don't have.
Equal pay, and there they are. They still couldn't do it, and I'm telling you, these other teams are catching up, and you won't be seeing the United States number one anymore like that.
True.
No.
It ebbs and flows as far as that goes. It was the same thing with basketball.
Yeah, good riddance to Rapinoe, though.
Mm-hmm.
I've always I can remember watching videos of my dad. I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant. Watching the 1980s where Team USA beats Russia, and then they beat I think it was Sweden, or Finland, and they went. It was in hockey in 1980. Yeah. And everybody said USA, and then the dream team,
miracles.
And basketball, the dream team.
Yeah.
You see in the X Games, everybody, it's like Team USA, and this time no one gives a shit, and everybody's happy that they lost because they were tired of how they were acting like they were the best team out there, and they haven't scored a point since the second game, and I mean they have just been that bad.
Yeah,
and I'm just over with it.
Their former teammate Carly Lloyd called them out.
Oh yeah, she got hell for that. Oh, they were giving her hell. They're like, oh, you don't understand what it's like. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Yeah. Kenzo, I'm really sorry that the movie sucked. He also said his 10-year-old checked out after 40 minutes, really didn't like it.
Oh, wow.
I'm kind of glad he didn't like it.
Kind of glad.
Now take him home and show him the 90s live action.
There you go.
If you haven't already.
Yeah. Show them what good Turtles is. Some of the old cartoons. Static, how you been, man? I know you've been out and about adventuring this week.
Been all right. Had a few streams. Did MMM on Monday. That thing that we all did with Acid on Tuesday about the maps. If you haven't, go check that show out on his Rumble channel. And then Thursday we did my stream. And then I took Friday off, but I didn't have one on Saturday, and I've got today, and then I will be on what is it? What does he call his show?
The Beazle Hub.
Beazle Hub's
ranked.
channel. The Devil Made Me Do It. We'll be ranking pizzas.
Oh wow.
So
Well then don't invite Tyler then.
Tyler has not been invited. No. We're gonna get the right. We're gonna get the list right this time.
That's a really fun show. I think most ranking shows can get boring, and I was completely entertained in the one I was on, and the ones I've caught. So that's a really good show. We'll put a link to it in the description here before we get off of here.
Yeah,
so
I'll
everybody can go watch Static get trolled by Dermy.
That I don't know if that will happen. Extra Zero will be there.
Yeah, he's gonna stay trolling Dermy.
Yep.
All right, so box office this week. Now, I will say, me and Joker are getting two different sets of numbers. We've been sitting here talking about it.
Well, that's the. Well,
you were looking at the daily.
We're at the daily.
Right. Yeah. So this is the weekend chart. Of course, we know Barbie hit $1 billion. Meg came in second with $30,000 domestically. Oppenheimer did, $30 million. Oppenheimer wasn't that far behind.
Nope.
New release, $27 million.
Woof.
Total
budget?
gross, $43 million. We have to go to the other sheet here. Movie comparison. If it'll work, because this gets really lagged out. Can't spell. Now it's broke. We'll bring it up here in a second. Oh, there it goes. Turtles 2023. Go this way. $70,000.
Million.
70 million. Yeah, $70 million. So worldwide box office is 51 million. It'll make money.
It's
It's gonna at least break even.
with 70.
That explains why the animation looks like shit.
I'm gonna guess the price tag is probably, let's say, double that. So we're looking at 140.
I'm going to say
it's kind
200. I'm going to say 200.
Oh, okay. So 200 million. It's got to hit 400 mil to break even. Then,
Yeah. That probably won't make money then. But they advertise the shit out of this.
Mhm.
This is probably the most advertised movie I've seen in a long time. Not only that, all the puff pieces that were written, all the interviews that Seth Rogen did, they advertised the living shit out of this movie. So I don't think it's going to make money, but I think that's abysmal. $50 million gross worldwide.
Mhm.
And of course, they'll start praising it that it had a wonderful, wonderful box office.
Of course.
And as we can see, it's not really a kid's show. You tell by from what Kenzo said, of course, we all heard what Tom Connors had to say.
Mhm.
Tom Connors was not very happy at all.
Ooh. I mean, that's like sacred now to him.
Yeah, he's always been a big Turtles guy. I haven't been able to catch too much of him, but I do know that he's a huge Turtles fan.
Yep.
I still got my Donatello, my original Donatello, on the motorcycle sitting under my TV in my bedroom.
I
think I have a Usagi Yojimbo still in the box.
I have met the original. I have met the voice of the original Raphael numerous times.
Yeah.
You live out there?
No,
Oh,
cons.
I thought maybe he was just at the bar. Oh, okay.
You can't tell Joker's a con man?
The turtles.
Hi,
What's up,
Fractured.
Filter?
The
Oh,
Turtles were my thing when I was a kid. Everyone had GI Joes and Transformers, and I had Ninja Turtles. I had all the fucking Ninja Turtles. I had the case that you put them in, and you're only supposed to put like 12 in the case, but the case was coming undone at the seams because I had like 40 or 50 of them in there. I had the sewer layer, the fucking blimp, the whole thing. And
wow.
I'm not going to see this movie because, well, the way that they've portrayed Splinter.
Johnny's a girl.
Yeah. Well. So now I don't know if they've ever actually found out if he's gay or not. I haven't. There was like a bunch of like rumors about that. Don't really give a shit about that. But like, it's just not the Turtles that I grew up on.
April's fat.
And I still watch the Michael Bay movies from time to time because I finally got the Rocksteady and Bebop and Krang that we didn't get when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And like, I know it sucks, but hey, I get to see it.
Yeah. I kind of like the Michael Bay movies. They were different. They weren't. They're different. I think the turtles look more like they did in the comics in that, didn't they? They look more
What's
like
that?
the comic representation.
The movies, the original 90s
comics?
movies.
No, the Michael Bay movies.
Oh, I don't know where they were getting that from. I know the 90s were more comic book, but like,
with all the extra gear and stuff all over. No, that was
yeah,
not.
maybe newer comics. I don't know.
Yeah. But I never read the comics. I never knew they were comics. So I had G.I. Joe, Transformers, all that stuff when I was a young kid. When I was like 10, 11 years old, I got into Turtles as I got older. So,
Well,
and of course, it's Star Wars toys the whole time.
That sounds about the time that the Turtles came out, though, is when you were probably about 9, 10.
Yeah.
Because I was like 4 or 5, and that would be about the right age difference.
I seen the Turtles in concert.
Wow.
I did not get to go to that. I did not get to go to that. I do remember I did not get to go.
The only reason I got to go is because my stepbrother's friend backed out, so my dad took me.
Oh.
Oh, what did Kenzo have to say here? They tried to modernize it, yet had throwback soundtrack. Splinter learned how to fight from watching films. Didn't laugh once. I literally groaned multiple times, though. Splinter's supposed to have dad jokes. It's at the end of the first movie. I made it funny.
Oh, I make funny.
Yeah. What's Fractured rant about? The original 90s movie was the closest comic accurate adaptation we'll ever get. The only change really was also giving the Turtles different color bandanas. Okay.
Right. So you could tell who was who.
Okay, so the first Turtles was released in 1990.
Yep.
Comics started in 83, 86. Yeah, because I remember trying to get some of that because that's when I was collecting comics, started collecting comics hardcore at that time.
Yeah, those comics were actually hard to get there. Really limited production.
Yeah. Yeah. And those guys lived like near me in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And for anyone wondering if April O'Neil was originally black in the comic books, please feel free and check out the video on my channel where I cover all of that information.
Yeah.
Because that was not the case.
Her last name is O'Neil.
Right.
Shaquille
She's
O'Neal.
Irish.
Shaquille, true.
But
So
she's supposed to be Irish.
So right.
She's
So a lot, from what I understand,
Hey,
in
DJ, what's up?
America, a lot of the people that a lot of the black people took on the Irish last names of the people who were in charge of them. Not necessarily the owners, but like also like the indentured slaves that kind of like were like the managers of the slaves. I don't know. They would take the Irish last name, and so that's how you end up with all the O'Neills and such.
Well, and plus, April's is Onei,
Yeah.
where
Shaq
Shaquille is
EA.
EA.
All right. So sure everyone's heard about this. Me and Acid were talking about it a little bit. Get your guys' thoughts on it. Everybody knows who the Kai is. A lot of people got their shit destroyed over this. Evidently, they broke into a construction site near where it was and came out with tools, was using those to destroy cars. I know we've all seen the picture of the kid getting his head smashed through the back window.
Now I
of
missed
that
this.
van. You missed all this. So Kai Sent, was it Sent or Sentad or whatever I ever
Sinan.
pronounce his name?
Sinan.
Yeah. He was promising PS5s, PCs, gift certificates, just a random meetup in Union Square.
So if anybody doesn't know who Kai is the #1 most subscribed Twitch streamer in history.
Yes.
Okay.
He's massive.
Massive.
Now, is it his fault all that destruction happened?
No,
Now,
so that's it's a complex question. He is at fault for not having proper
Permitting.
systems set up to prevent such things from happening, but the aftermath that ensued afterwards is not entirely on him.
no, he didn't make anybody break anything. He didn't
Make
anybody
anyone
do
jump on a car. No.
anything. Yeah. And he actually had to be pulled out himself.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that there's a lot of weirdness going on with all of that as well.
Yeah. So, but the whole thing is, what does he represent? He represents exactly what fucking happened there. Fireworks fights in his fucking house, complete chaos, disorder, acting fucking crazy.
I don't know how he didn't get banned for the fireworks in the house. I mean, that was a dangerous act. And
Why
you
would
know,
that-
and they're because like if you even point a gun or any kind of a weapon on Twitch or anything like that, that's a bannable offense.
Okay, well that has an agenda
that doesn't
behind
matter.
it.
He was showing they had videos of this. And the thing is though, it still doesn't matter. It's still, it was a dangerous act, and he was performing dangerous acts in his house that could have caused a fire. Even so speed did fireworks in his house and almost blew up his bedroom with it because it was all over the ceiling, black from all the fireworks hitting off. And it's like they just let him go because he's the #1 streamer and he's making them a ton of money.
Yeah.
I get banned for a day, and that's about as far as he's ever been banned. He's been banned like twice for like 3 days tops.
Yeah. So there was a guy that got drunk and passed out on stream. He was banned for self-harm.
Yep.
Getting
Wait.
drunk and falling asleep on stream is self-harm.
What
I'm
if-
sure setting fireworks off in your house is self-harm.
That's crap.
Yeah.
But he does this wild. I can't even stand to watch him. He does this. It's a new trend with streamers. They do this wild, crazy stuff, throw stuff across the room, act all crazy, do stuff like that. And that's the kind of people you attract. And you just pulled them with no organization into that circle. What did you think was going to happen? And he said on the stream, he's like, the cops are going to bust us. Cops are going to pull up.
He knew going into it what was going to happen. Well, I mean, he didn't necessarily know to the scale that it was going to happen, but he knew something was going to happen.
Yeah, I think he said he was expecting like 500 to 700 people, and it was 7,000 to 10,000.
Yeah. So what's interesting though, it's like
500 to 700 is still a lot.
so like he's kind of like the ringleader, shall I say? And there was 4 other streamers there with them, or
Yeah.
3 other streamers. There's some group AMP or something, and 2 of them were arrested. The 4th wasn't, but those other 2 they stayed in jail longer than Kai did.
Yeah, because Kai's got more money.
Well, I mean, they all have pretty large followings.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think he's ultimately responsible for the thing. And how does your fucking manager not stop you? You're that big. You have a manager that everything you do goes through.
Because they're men.
Do we know if they have a manager, or maybe he is? Is
Suppose-
that-
Yeah. They have a manager and all that stuff too.
Yeah. Well, and they announced all this stuff on Twitch. Twitch should have got a hold of them and be like, dude, you can't do that.
I don't see how that's Twitch's responsibility.
No, because like a week before this, he had a dinner with the CEO. He had a dinner.
Twitch?
With him. Yeah.
Did he tell him?
No, I don't know, but I do know that they had a dinner. They were like videoing having a dinner with him.
That's
Yeah.
part of the problem with some of these Twitch streamers, though, is they're high school kids that got famous and they've never grown up. So I'm sorry, and this is what I bitch about Hollywood celebrities and all this shit. You are a fucking role model at this point. The minute you become famous, you are a role model for somebody. You need to act in that way. Him acting that way, he was being a role model for exactly what happened there.
Again,
Yeah,
in a way, I don't think he meant to do this. I don't think he meant
Well,
to
okay,
have
I look at this like this guy is the Manson. The Manson didn't kill anyone, but is he responsible? You could make a case.
Well,
Yeah,
so
but Manson had more intent.
Are you calling this guy a groomer of sorts?
I think he's gonna.
Not in what is the norm of where like
But
that term's normally used, but he's grooming people into
that type of
riffraff.
Anyone who got hurt in this or went to the hospital or business or anything could sue him and everyone for this. Not just because they're all like, "Oh, the police are going to arrest the police because the police were brutality." No, you can blame this all on Kai and them because of what happened.
He's only going to get a slap on the wrist. One, he was charged with a couple misdemeanors. The one could include jail time of up to 364 days, but typically, from what I understand, it ends up just being a fine.
Civil suit though. Civilly, he could.
Civil suit, he could be ruined.
And
people make piss poor decisions
civil
every
suit.
day.
The other thing.
What are you saying, Bradley?
The other thing with the civil suit is it's a different standard. Criminally, it's beyond a reasonable doubt. Civilly, it's preponderance of the evidence. So colloquially, beyond a reasonable doubt is 100% proof. Preponderance of the evidence is 51% versus 49%. So is it more likely than not is more the standard for civil. So it's more likely if someone were to sue civilly claiming something, they have a better chance.
Yeah.
A 100% requirement.
And just this kind of compares to someone getting in a car knowing they've been told they need brakes for their car, and they get to the next light and the car won't stop and they kill someone.
Or what about the bartender giving alcohol?
Yeah.
Those dram shop laws. Yeah, where if you luckily for some friends of mine, they don't have those laws out here because they're the folks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, if someone comes into my bar and they're visibly drunk, I'm like, nope, get out. I am not responsible for you. Bye bye.
Yeah, because usually if you're coming into a bar drunk, you've been kicked out of another.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to me then?
Well, you were.
I don't remember that.
You were not driving. You were not driving.
I know. You know what I mean, man. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean.
And you were in the care of
Fair
others.
point.
And I'm like, all right, fine. But yeah, oh God, you were toasty. You were
I
toasty.
know. Well, that's when I started at 2 p.m.
Yeah, but I mean,
And
if he really wanted to do this, he could have used Eventbrite, which is who FNT uses. You get your free ticket on there. Limit the number of tickets. Get with the police department. Get with the city. Get something set up.
I think part of it also is like you're saying, these are a bunch of young kids who do not think rationally as to how something happens. I mean, look at just like G&G and FNT when they do their meetups. That's months in the planning. They got all these things in mind because they have seen what happens. I mean, it's one thing for just like, hey, let's all go there and suddenly 1,000 people show up. But when they're planning an event, there's insurance to be involved, there's security to be involved. There's a lot of things to be involved. And a Twitch streamer may not be thinking on that level.
Yeah. Kai is 21 years old.
Yeah.
He had no idea.
Yeah.
He's never done anything like this. No, I had thrown events throughout high school and everything, and I would have known what needed to be done. But he's never.
You have managers and PR guys. These guys have all that. He has all the tools at his fingertips.
You know what?
Well, you got to remember though. In a way, I'm not going to defend him, but at the same time, he was never really that popular until like about a year ago.
He started doing all the crazy shit.
And this is a lot of, it's a lot of pressure and a lot of influence that he's probably hearing. And, and I'm not saying he's a ringleader, but it's hard to imagine you all of a sudden having millions of dollars and at your disposal, and you have a bunch of people around you on your thing. Hey, we should do this. And everybody's like hyping it up. And then you guys go do it. And then it blows up in your face. I'm sure he didn't mean for a riot to happen, but at the same time, he knew exactly what was going on. He knew, and there's video of him saying like, the police are here. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. He knew what was going on, and he couldn't just run away because that would have made it even worse. So he stuck around.
Well, at one point, it looked like he was just he pulled up, he saw all the people, and it was kind of getting crazy already. And then the police were there, and he was like, "Oh, well, at this point, it's everyone for themselves." And it seemed like he was like gearing up to head out to like say "fuck it," which he actually ended up doing. I don't believe a single person got a PlayStation 5. I saw a video of someone who supposedly did, who ran into him at like a Starbucks or something.
He did,
I find that hard to believe. I don't think he gave away a single thing because shit popped off just as soon as he showed up.
Plus,
they just got out of Summer of Love there. They just got out of the post-election issues they had up there too.
They were showing videos of like helping a girl breathe. They were like, because she was hyperventilating. Carrying a small child. I don't know, but they were trying to make him look like a hero at the same time. If you look at everything, you see people saying, lock him up, and then you see a whole bunch of people like, I hope he gets free. I hope he's okay. And it's not his fault. And then whose fault is it? You can't. They're trying to blame things on the police more than anything. And I'm like, but you had like people on top of a roof, telling the NYPD to suck their,
They're
screaming at it. 30 or 40 people
shoving a football up her ass.
Yeah.
No, it was a free for all. It was a free for all at one point, and
it was an excuse to destroy shit.
Yeah.
And every one of them had a phone. Every one of them had a phone, pointing everywhere.
They're all up there filming it.
Yeah.
It's all over. It's all over Twitter. Or X. It's all over X.
Reddit. It's all over Reddit. It's all over TikTok.
Yeah. So I'm working on a video on this where I discuss these things, and then there's one other thing that I discuss where what does it mean when an influencer can randomly plan an event and have 7,000 people just show up? What does that mean?
Elvis.
It's a cult.
Yeah.
No, that's not a cult. It's power. That's power.
That's
if used properly and in a noble situation, that could make change.
Or worse shit.
Or worse. Yeah, no, definitely. It could be some used for evil too, which this is it could be much more evil than this, but this is pretty bad.
This wasn't on the list. I was going to put it on there. Payless Shoes fools fashion influencers into buying discount shoes for $600.
Oh yeah, that was years ago. They actually made a documentary kind of video of it. Yeah,
but that is how stupid a lot of these influencers are. They opened a fake shoe store, filled it with shoes from Payless, and invited all these. I think they did it in Beverly Hills or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they invited all these fashion influencers, and they're like, "Oh, you can tell this is high quality. You can tell this is this. This is so good. I'd pay $600 for this."
$6,000.
Like, by the way, yeah,
$6,000.
Yeah, and they're like, by the way, this shoe is $35. These are Payless shoes. But that's what I'm talking about. The influencers are fake. Is the easiest way to put it.
It's our fault for putting them there. It's our fault for putting them there. It is. Anybody.
I don't put them there.
Movie stars,
influencers are modern day movie stars in the sense of there's people, it's like when there used to be movie stars, like we talked about before, we always follow the Tom Cruise movie comes out, you go to the Tom Cruise movie, Mel Gibson movie comes out to Mel Gibson. We don't have movie stars anymore. We now have influencers. So what my friends, God, I just forgot his name.
Ninja Turtle.
Hi. So he shows up and says, I'm doing this. Oh, we all love him. Let's go. It's just a new iteration of something that's already existed.
Well,
it's
and
just,
all
it's
his
easier to get to
followers
the masses.
There were free PS5s and free PCs too.
Well, let's be honest. We are not immune to that as well. Geeks and Gamers and Gary say, "Hey, we're gonna be in Las Vegas."
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
that's it.
fandom.
Well,
It's
yeah.
a different fandom.
That's set up well in advance, though. You make plans
But-
for it. You do all this, and they're not saying you're going to get anything for free. The raffle tickets are not free. You have to buy a drink.
Correct.
It's free entry. That is it. He's
Right.
not giving away a pile of PlayStation 5s and PCs
Well,
and
I
gift
mean-
cards.
Yeah,
along,
they are.
along with what Static is saying, though, it's giving power to someone who does not understand power, and that's an immaturity level. You have all these influencers, the young kids, that it's easier for them to do this to make a career or make money than actually, like
Work.
Wookie, go work on cars, like me, be a lawyer, just whatever. It's easier for them to do that because they just live on their phone. That's the culture we've created now. It's all around this. And that's how they live. And it's literally a brain suck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just mindless. This was a mindless action. This entire thing was a mindless action. It was
Well, yeah,
kids
because it was a bunch of
losing
children.
control. Yes.
There's a
Yeah.
ton of children. I want to say it's at least 60-40 kids, could be 80-20.
Yeah, well, I forgot
No,
Mr.
it's not
Beast.
Beast.
Mr. Beast. Well, Mr. Beast, during the what was it, TwitchCon or whatever, he had the had the big gumball machine, and he had a line. It was free stuff. It was all organized when he did that big
Well, that's where
giveaway.
it should be.
Yeah, it was a public thing. Now we're not talking like when he did his videos. We're talking like a public area. It was during I think it was TwitchCon or something like that. He did. He had this big gumball machine. You put the coin in, and it dropped a big egg. It would give away free chocolate shirts or whatever Mr. B stuff or a Nintendo Switch, etc. But it was well organized in a line in a row. You never had a problem. This though was chaotic.
Well, and
It's
part of the
almost
problem
like-
was. Go ahead.
It's almost like, and I don't mean to cross over to another subject, but it's like maybe children do not have the mental capabilities to make completely informed decisions about things.
Yes, it is
Sure,
a
I
lack.
don't know.
What this whole thing represents is a huge lack of parenting.
Yes.
I don't want to give too much of my video away, but I've pretty much come to the conclusion that I agree it is a fatherless fucking behavior
Yeah.
that we have happening here, because I couldn't just say it's lack of parenting, and it's because there's only one, and that only one probably isn't doing anything either, because we've seen all of that as well.
Mhm.
They don't care. The parents don't care. Parents haven't cared for a long time, and as things get easier, as parents are given more automated babysitters, shall I call them, with the phone, video games, and all of that, it's just easier for them to not actually have to raise their own kids. And
Kids
that's
are
why
an
the schools want to
accessory.
do it too.
Kids are an accessory, not a responsibility. At this
Yes.
point. That's what's happening.
But
And I don't have
to,
kids.
to what Joker said about Gary and all them, they're not advertising really that they're giving away free stuff.
No.
They're not pulling in people. I'm not looking at my buddy and going, "Hey, they're giving away like 50 PlayStations. You should come."
No,
with
no,
me."
no. But my point still is that what Static says, there's a level of power there. Now they use it appropriately, whereas this guy did not.
No, he just went off on a tangent, and people lose their livelihoods and lose their lives and everything off of stupid ideas. There's no reason he should not be immune to it.
Although it would be nice, Geeks and Gamers gave away a bunch of PS5s.
They
Well,
did.
they've given away a PS5
Just a
every
hint,
meetup I've been at.
Geeks. Just a hint, Geeks.
Tyler got
Meta PCs.
one from the Orlando one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They may
give-
now that they're sponsored by both of them all of them are sponsored by Meta. They may be a Meta
Yeah.
PC giveaway at the next one.
But so like
like
Jeremy-
30 of them.
Jeremy Griggs from Geeks and Gamers was talking earlier this week. I forget what stream it was. It might have been. It was FNT. He's talking about how during Orlando, he's like, you know what? I had it set up. I hired undercover cops to be in Orlando. They were in there with the people as we were in the meetup. And then he's like, I also hired a uniform cop to be outside. So that was the first thing with the cop car and everything. So that was like the first thing you see when you go in, and that like establishes. And he's absolutely right there.
I don't know if you guys remember in that line, there were some guys that came in with Gears of War stuff on, and they had like weapons, looked like weapons. They were fake
Mhm.
weapons, but they looked real. And the cop pulled him aside, and Ryan came out and talked to him and was like, dude, I appreciate it all, but y'all can't come in with that. I'm sorry. So,
Mhm.
you know,
Right.
they all got some pictures with everybody, and they're like, you know, cool, thanks for coming in. But they weren't allowed to bring those in because they look like weapons.
That
But
must have
that's how
been
you
the first
manage
meetup.
it.
I don't remember any 40K stuff.
No, maybe it's Gears of War or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
maybe.
It's the afternoon one. It's the
Yeah.
afternoon one.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the one we went to. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done for something like that.
Uh-huh.
It needs to be a little bit more well organized. Even if you notice, like the after meetup at Geeks and Gamers, where's it at? You can't get in there with any weapons.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can't do
And
that.
they have their own security, and I'm sure they're informed that they're having that event there.
Well, they also see a bunch of people gathering and like, all right, let's form up. We know what to do here.
Yeah. So. All right. So if you've been crawling X, which I think is funny because when I go to my statistics, it's still all Twitter.
Right.
It's not X. Let's blow this up here. If you are unfairly treated by your employer due to posting or liking something on this platform, we will fund your legal bill, no limit. Please let us know. And Libs of TikTok almost instantly. Trans activist appears to get woman fired for following Libs of TikTok and other conservatives on Twitter. It's like, Kara,
Gina.
is that accurate? Kara said the situation is slightly more complicated than the headline, but yes, they are in DMs with each other right now.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know, because she's posted some other things several other times in regards to this, seeming to try and get attention. So I don't.
Yeah, well, I know. So if you go here, where's that? There, I can't find it. I got it somewhere else, I think, or I sent it to you. I sent it in the group chat where like he's like DM me and she's like DM sent. They're talking. Also, Gina Carano has messaged him.
Mhm.
Now Gina was not fired over
Yeah. True.
over
True.
Twitter,
Sure.
but she did. That is where the process
The
started.
harassment started. The work.
Yes.
That you know what? That's exactly what happened. Is they started harassing her workplace, started harassing her for her views.
Because
Yes,
she
and then
posted
you had
something on
Twitter
Twitter.
harassing Disney to fire her.
Yep. Well, people on Twitter, not Twitter itself.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
People on Twitter. So she
there
may
may
have
have
a
been
case
some
too,
poison.
which Gina doesn't need any of the money. She's wealthy anyways. Her
Oh.
her family owns casinos and everything.
I got it right here.
You got it?
Yep. Hold on.
Put it up there, sir.
Hold on. I said add to stream. So she tweets, yes, it was. He says, Kara, is that accurate? She quote tweets, yes, it was led by someone who drug through my tweets and found a single one from 2016 regarding the hesitation of people taking advantage of the bathroom discussion. Started a witch hunt and I was fired the same day. Happy to chat more if you are interested at Elon Musk. Great, let's have it. DM sent, chat soon, and then from there.
And then
So you know
Limited
what?
Run Games also posted an ad today, and they're getting wrecked in the replies.
Oh, really? Hell
Yes.
yes. I'll look that up real quick while you.
I got one here too. This is how this started. Right here. This young kid, Noah Gregson, let me get that down, has been suspended indefinitely after liking a post on social media making fun of George Floyd. The post was George Floyd's head on a crab body saying, under the knee. You can't say it without singing, under the knee.
Under the knee.
The suspension initially came from Legacy Motor Corp, and NASCAR stood behind the punishment. This was Gregson's first season racing in NASCAR. This is bullshit. He liked to fucking tweet. It's funny. Okay,
He said
Sense
it-
of humor, people.
Well,
liked
he
the
did.
meme.
He
It was on
said that.
Instagram.
Yeah, well, he said, I am disappointed in myself for the lack of attention and actions on social media. I understand the severity of the situation. I love and appreciate everyone. I try to treat everyone equally, no matter what they are. I messed up, plain and simple.
So, and he apologized, and what happened?
Still banned.
He's still
Still
banned.
banned.
He's
He
gonna,
should have
he's
said,
gonna-
it's a fucking joke, people. Get over it.
yeah, he's gonna have to
He's
gonna
going to have to go
to
through the
the-
same thing that Larson went through.
snuggle struggles.
where he had to go to sensitivity training and all this other stuff. He had to complete certain classes and do all this stuff, and they might let him back. And Larson's probably one of the better drivers in NASCAR. So it is. This is bullshit. Sorry, my humor is darker than most. Get the fuck over it.
Yeah, I had to look up what the meme was. I was like, what was it? What was it? Right?
Yeah.
I chuckled.
What's up, Jacob? What's up, Jacob?
You know, we're not going to get in that conversation tonight. There's a lot to that.
Yeah. No.
There's a lot. No, we're here to. I'm here to talk about.
That's you
top 10. I'm here to talk about my top 10, man.
We gotta wait for Joker to get back. But yeah, so I just think it's stupid to be canceled because you like a tweet. Lord help if somebody looks at my tweet history and the tweets I like. Jesus Christ.
I forget who said it, but it might have been Fractured who said it after you sent that out. And he's like, well, it kind of makes me want to go say something. Maybe it was Brad, but like, that's the exact energy that I had. I was like, oh shit, it's fucking, it's on now.
I had a strange urge just to see what would happen. And honestly, not that I really would. I mean, the true extreme things. Like, I mean, you've seen my personality. I make comments clearly, but
right, you're not an edgelord.
It's well, it's one thing to laugh at something, and it's another thing to believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we make jokes that I could not tell you on Rumble probably. And they're sick and they're twisted. You laugh and you move on. That's not your personality. You know, that's not who you are. I had a buddy of mine that would joke. He's like, I was over, he used to deliver porta potties. And he's like, I was over and these girls were getting off the bus. They were like 17, 18 years old. He's like, I'm going to have to stay on this route for another year so it'll be legal. And it was a fucking joke. It was not, he's got a young daughter. There's no way he'd ever think that way. And I've known this guy for years and years. And he makes the best perverted jokes. But he is a normal dude that has his own little fetishes off to the side, but in no way, shape, or form would he ever do anything he's talking about. So that's what I mean. And people take this shit too literally. Fuck, it's social media. It's fucking not real. It is not real. It's not something you can.
People have
touch.
taken it to be real. That's the problem. People that's where going back to where we first talked about. It's like they live in that world. You know, Kai lives in that world, and all those people live in that world. So that world is a reality to them. This is a joke stuff, right? I mean, we're talking about like movies and comic books and all this shit. We're talking about fantasy and fun, but there are people who like live this, who like are upset if they get a downvote. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, I've lost significant lawsuits. Like, okay, brush it off, move on. Y'all got to get better, thicker skin. Jesus.
Well, it happens also with streamers that. When they switch games, like all of a sudden they lose their fans and they get pissed and they have to go back to the game they hate because people aren't happy with what they do.
But that's recognizing what your audience is, though, and say, okay, do I want to do this or not? Do I want to continue with this audience or not? That's making an adult, informed decision. Too many people don't want to be adults anymore.
Do we have to do this?
Have to do
The
what?
adults? Yeah, we kind of do.
No, I'm talking to. I see what
He's
got pulled up. I don't want to go over the Rolling Stones thing.
Yes, come on.
I don't mind going over ours. I care less with the fucking Rolling Stones thing.
We're gonna scroll through it. We'll stop when someone calls something out, and then we'll see what their question is, and then we'll.
We're never gonna get through it.
Yeah, because we can be here all day. Because I've got. Okay, so let's at least go through their top 10.
No. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I want to hear their. I want to see the 50 at least. I just want to hear number 50 and number and top 5.
There's gonna be some. Okay, so all right, let's get a little bit of order here before we go down this, because otherwise, like Static says, we're gonna be here.
We're gonna be here all day.
Hold on, real quick. So, what is this? Because I mean, I like Rolling Stones back in the day, but I haven't looked.
This is Rolling Stones.
That's part of my beef about this. Rolling Stones used to be cutting edge, edgy material. If you made it on the cover of Rolling Stones, you were a superstar.
You were the epitome of cool.
And everybody read the articles so they could get an inside look into your life. That's exactly what I said in my video. That's the only way you can get a look into a celebrity's life And Rolling Stones was cutting edge. They asked the hard questions. Now it's a fucking Access Media puff
Shill
piece.
site.
It's a
Yeah.
shill site.
So the other thing when you're looking at this is like, this is top 50. There are probably over 150 comic book movies, superhero movies, which would be considered based on some of the choices here. So we're talking somewhere, I think, between 150 and 200 movies that could have been for consideration.
Since 2000, there's been approximately 61 superheroes movies made, starting with X-Men in 2000.
Correct.
Yeah, but this is also animated and everything else. So
Yeah,
I
they
think, and there's some
animated in here,
some in
which
here
it-
that is not traditional comic books.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got curious for comic books.
So the bottom is not the worst of all. That's the first
I
thing.
was saying I don't
The
have a
last
problem
one
with
is-
this being 50.
I don't know
I've
why they
never-
included it. Ghost Rider,
Nope.
9.
Who cares?
Yeah.
You don't think that was that worse than Zack Snyder
that's
Justice
probably
League?
top 20. I enjoyed Nick Cage's Ghost Rider.
Oh, I hated that film.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Yeah.
Because
I liked it more for the special effects. That
Hey.
looks like Ghost Rider.
I also don't like
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage, so
Yeah. Well, that's
Oh, all right. So boot Joker. Okay.
whatever.
I was right about that.
Mega
Hey,
Mind.
look,
Shouldn't
it's
be in
look,
there.
it's Witness. The Witness. That's
That is
exactly
true.
the Witness.
I don't have a problem with Megamind.
Yeah. Inframan, I have no idea what this is. A Japanese TV show.
Japanese
Ultraman.
I'll get rid of it.
Yeah, okay.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Yes, it is a comic book movie. No, it
Yeah.
doesn't
It is.
belong on this list.
I've never heard of it.
No.
You've never seen? It's not
It's
bad.
actually Brie Larson's in it as a kid.
Yeah, Brie Larson, and actually was okay in this.
Mhm.
He was okay in that.
Played her lesbian lover or something. No idea. It's
No
a
idea what
Netflix
this
movie.
is.
It's a
I-
Netflix movie.
I saw it. It is not good.
Yeah.
What was that?
Batman the
Four
movie,
Things Jake Gyllenhaal in the
1966.
Yes.
Okay,
Well-
come on. The shark repellent.
Yeah, I'm like, does this even
This
belong
should
on
at
here?
least be
It's like-
30. This should be in the 30s at least.
Oh no, this movie was
No,
horrible.
I don't care.
horrible,
but it's
funny
classic,
as hell.
dude. It's so good.
Matter. It's still great.
Thor.
This movie-
43.
This movie
No.
probably doesn't belong in the top 50. I love Thor. His movies, ass. Every last one of them.
Dark World
This
was
is probably more what
This
Thor
one
should
was
have
I
okay.
could see him in the bottom 50.
Yeah, he's a
I like-
bottom.
I like Dark World more than the last two that came out.
Wow.
The first Thor was good. It was, good, but it was
Natalie
decent.
Portman was still hot at that point. She hadn't gone Skeletor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they had
Batman- the Lego
one chick.
Batman movie. I've never watched this.
The Lego movie beat Thor.
Lego movies are generally pretty good.
The Lego movie beat Thor.
Now, this
The
is an
Avengers
abomination.
2012
Why
at
is this here?
41.
That's wrong.
Why?
That should be
Yeah.
higher.
That should be
Higher.
higher.
I don't even.
Yeah. The Dark Knight Rises. That should be higher.
It should be higher.
Mm.
No, actually, I'm okay with where it's at. I'm okay.
Maybe in the 30s.
Multiverse
Whoa.
of Madness. Over the original Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange isn't even
Well-
on this list.
Oh, the original's not even on this list? Oh,
No.
dumb.
Nope.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? That's my worst one.
I was trying to
Multiverse of
fit,
Meh.
I was trying to
This should
fit
be
the
higher.
original Doctor Strange in my top 10, but it just didn't make it.
This should be higher. That was a good movie.
Kind of hard to
Oh.
imagine having a gun.
I haven't watched
Nope.
this. You
No.
guys watch this?
Nope.
I did not.
Yeah, I've watched it.
Yeah.
I've got the steelbook.
It should be like in the top 100.
Yeah, it's a less than 50.
Yeah. Tank Girl.
Tank Girl,
I'm
that's
shocked that
old.
they pulled this out.
All tank
I
gun.
can't believe they remembered this.
I'm kind of shocked too. It was.
That was
no.
Lori Petty in her prime.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
might be about the right spot. If maybe a
Yeah,
little higher,
it's a decent
it should be
movie.
lower.
It's corny and fucking 80s as fuck, but
but it's like intentionally corny.
yeah.
Top 100. Top 100, not.
No, I don't
Ant-Man-
think Ant-Man should be in the top
Ant-Man
50.
35, I would think that'd be lower. It was a good movie, but it wasn't great.
Should be in the top 50. Not with as many movies as there are. No.
Yeah. The Suicide Squad? No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Blade 2.
I'm okay.
Blade one.
I'd,
No,
I'd
little
like
higher.
to see it a little
Not two.
higher.
Not two.
But well, you know what's not on here? The original Blade.
Oh,
What?
they're fucking morons.
I don't remember that.
Chalked.
Although-
This list is
Yeah.
chalked.
For
Fuck it.
the bloodbath scene alone, that should be on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbreakable.
Okay, I'm okay
Decent
with this.
Decent. Okay with this.
Yeah, I'm,
I'm
okay,
okay
with
with that.
this. Yep. V for Vendetta he's not really a
Decent movie.
superhero though.
Should be higher. Should be
Yeah, he's
higher.
not a superhero.
He's not a superhero.
I
It's
thought
a
he
comic
was.
book movie, though. It's a
I thought he
comic
was
book
a comic
movie.
book.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I
Should
don't
be
So
higher.
now, hold on.
I don't
When we
think
get
it
to
was
our
well done.
when we get to our list, I had to take out a movie because although it's a comic book, there wasn't a single superhero. in it.
Superhero in it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which I know exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about Red.
Yep, I love Red.
Red's a good
Oh,
movie.
I guess mine was.
She's so hot in that movie too.
God, yes, she is.
Shang-Chi,
No.
number 30.
No.
Fuck, this
No.
is a fucking at the bottom of the top 1,000 list.
Nope.
The Crow at 29.
Should be
Bullshit.
way higher.
Should be higher.
Way higher.
way
Bullshit.
higher.
That's a top 10 film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Batman Begins at
probably.
28.
Could be
Mm,
well in
maybe.
totality. Could be a
That
little
should be
higher.
higher. That should be
20s
higher.
isn't bad.
Yeah. It's one of the only movies Liam Neeson dies in.
Yeah, Batman Begins should be higher.
He shouldn't
Hellboy.
have died in Phantom Menace.
Hellboy wasn't
That's
bad.
wrong.
I like
I'm fine with
That's
it being
okay
in-
there.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
okay.
fine with it. Yeah,
Hellboy 2 wasn't that bad either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark Man. I
Nope.
don't really consider this a
Alright.
superhero movie, but
It is, though.
I really enjoy that movie. I like it.
I actually
Yeah,
like that.
It's good Sam Raimi. It's good Sam
Yeah.
Raimi.
Yes. Liam Neeson also.
This
The
was actually a fun
Rocketeer.
movie.
I-
No.
I love this film. Is it in the top
Shouldn't-
50?
No.
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 I remember
No.
watching
But
this
it's
in
a
the
fun
theater.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I think it's in the
No.
top
Pulpy.
50.
Back when
No.
Disney was decent.
It's a kids movie.
And
It's better
Jennifer
than
Connelly
every
is
other
smoking
one.
hot.
It's better than every other one that we said doesn't belong in the top 50.
Yeah, probably.
Mm,
Yeah, Jennifer
I don't
Connelly.
know.
It's better than Shang-Chi. It's better than
That's not saying much.
it's better than
Jeez. So
Justice
was
League.
my dog shit.
Yeah, it's definitely better than Justice League. Batman Returns.
this should be
That
higher.
should be higher.
lot higher.
I think it's fine there.
Just for the cat suit, dude. Just for the cat suit.
I think it's fine
No.
there.
Did you
I
did
think
you see
Danny
that
DeVito-
clip that was going around on Twitter where she took the heads off the mannequins with the
I-
whip in one take?
I saw that this film,
Yeah.
but this film was fine to where it is.
Yeah.
Nope, you're wrong.
I just
Deadpool at 23.
Overrated.
Mm,
Overrated.
Higher than it should be.
overrated,
Overrated.
film, overrated character.
Overrated. The character.
So one thing I do like about this, they did Cyclops. I mean, they did Colossus, right? Like that's what Cable's arm's supposed to look like too. And they
Yeah.
fucking fucked that up in Deadpool too.
I mean, I like Deadpool. I mean, it's a great idea, but they really overhyped him. Like he's
Yeah.
like better than
The whole comics did.
RoboCop.
Don't think it
Wasn't
belongs in
that
the
a
list,
comic
but I like
after the
RoboCop.
movie came out?
Yeah, I don't know if that was a comic book.
No.
I think it was I know it was a comic after.
Well, but are they doing comic books or are they just doing superheroes?
I think
Comic
superheroes.
book.
I think this is
comic book / superhero.
they are
Yeah.
considering it as comic book because I don't think the Rocketeer was a comic book, was it?
No,
So yeah,
It was a
they don't
pulp.
care they don't care if it's comic book
It was
or
a
not.
pulp.
They're just yeah.
Oh, the first Doctor Strange was on there.
it's a book.
21.
no.
Oh, hey,
it's
Doctor
still-
Strange
high.
made the list.
No, lower.
Yeah, I'd say lower. Superman 2, 1980. I'm fine
See,
with it
I
right
haven't
there.
seen any of the
I'm fine with
Superman
it
movies.
there.
in
I
forever.
could say top 25, but 20. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's in the 20s. I could see it in
Yeah.
the 20s.
Mask of the Phantasm.
One of the
Good.
best Batman movies.
Good film. It should be lower.
Definitely
Higher.
higher. Winter Soldier.
It should be way higher.
Yeah.
Way higher. That's in the
Yep.
top 5.
Yeah. X2,
Higher.
17. Infinity
Higher.
War.
Should
Should
be
be way
higher.
higher. Way higher.
Way higher. Top.
No, I'm
top
fine
3.
with it there.
Guardians of the Galaxy number 15.
I'm
that's
kind of
that's decent area.
I'm kind of okay with it there.
Spider-Man number 14. I think higher.
No.
It's
I'm
tough.
fine with it there.
Tough.
I mean, when it first came out, that was an amazing thing to watch, man. Yeah, I mean, like,
Right.
It didn't hurt that Kristen Dunst was hot at that point.
I was
True.
all about the video games when that
Yeah.
shit came out.
Days of Future Past 13.
Overhyped.
Yeah, I think
Not the best-
I
not the
think
best of the
First
X-Men.
Class is better than Days of Future Past.
I agree.
Yeah. Spider-Man: Homecoming at 12.
Nope.
That's the second
Lower.
one with.
That's
What's
No,
his
that's the
fucking-
third one.
No, that's
What?
the second.
home.
What-
Wait,
which-
home. Wait, home.
I mean, that's like
I mean, it is the first one.
That's
What's
the
our-
Oh, the first one. Oh, okay.
There's Tom Holland. Yeah.
It wasn't a bad. I like Michael Keaton in that, and the fucking.
He was great. He was great.
That scary
And also-
car ride was fucking the shit.
That was intense. But is this?
And also-
But should this be knocking on the top 10's door? No.
No,
No.
No.
I will say this. Good that they don't have like a world-ending crisis to be the bad guy. That it's a nice, intimate story. That's
Yeah.
the way a lot of these should be in single
Well,
movies.
and it's one of his villains.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of his. It's part of the Sinister Six. And that's how they
Not
should have
everything
done it.
has to be a sky beam.
Introduced Sinister Six. Yeah. Iron Man 2008, number 11.
Should be higher.
Fine with it there.
I'm fine with right exactly where it's at.
Mhm.
It created the MCU. It did all these
Mhm.
things, but they have had better movies since.
Correct.
Yeah. Incredibles at number 10.
No.
No.
Although
I mean-
it's probably better than any Fantastic Four movie we're going to get.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
just-
probably-
You're
Definitely.
probably not. You're probably not wrong after what.
his favorite. I cannot stand the Incredible.
Well, after what I have heard that the MCU, the Marvel Studios film is going to be about Sue Storm, not about.
Let's hold off and see what we need
yeah,
more
I got
info.
some articles on that.
I know where you're going, Joker. I got you.
Wonder Woman. No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Top 25, maybe, but not 9.
It was good. It's not worthy of that position.
It's a bad third
No.
act.
Thor
No,
Ragnarok.
Terrible
no,
third
no,
act.
no, no.
No. This doesn't belong here.
Yeah, see,
And I
agree.
enjoy the laughs
I
in it,
really
but
enjoyed
no.
that movie.
How are they seeing this? That it's never
Not a top
I
10
really
movie.
enjoyed Ragnarok. It was something with the music and everything.
That's a
else.
Hulk film.
It's-
That's a Hulk film.
It's
Yeah.
a
It is a Hulk
fun
film.
movie.
Yeah, that is
That-
definitely a Hulk
honestly,
film.
It's
You see,
really
that's
a
the thing, it's
comic
like-
book movie.
It's
Yes,
like
it is.
something about the music and all that stuff. This is when they went full Guardians of the Galaxy
Mhm.
MCU.
But
Yeah,
it's
that's
very
all.
much comic book theme. I mean, it's not overly serious. There's jokes in it.
Okay,
It felt
but-
more
But
like a comic
but
book.
but this was a bad representation
Thor.
of Thor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was
they're
a
not
Hulk
getting
movie.
Thor right ever.
Yeah. I personally am fine where that's at. I think that is Taika's greatest movie.
Well, that's
I haven't
because
seen- I haven't seen
didn't
the one
write
yet.
it.
Dark Knight, number 7.
I agree.
10 movie.
It belongs in the
movie.
top 10. Yes.
Man would never die. That man would have never died. I can't imagine.
I don't care.
Like, he was
So I
fine.
don't care that he died, and I still feel that way about that movie.
No, I'm just saying, like, if he didn't die, I can imagine what they could have done with that Joker character
Oh,
in
yeah.
another movie.
This
No.
one, absolutely not. Absolutely
No.
not.
No. It's in the top 10.
Okay,
This
this is to just say, see, Miles is Spider-Man too. No, he's not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel that one is culturally.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
1978.
absolutely top 10.
I'm okay.
Absolutely top
Okay.
top 10.
And just look at what it did.
Yep.
What that did for films. Anyways, just films. Not just superhero movies.
At least
Think
one and
about
two.
when.
At least
Think about
one and
those.
two.
Think about those years. Think about what was coming out in those years. 75, we got Jaws. 77, we got Star Wars. And we got Superman. This is when blockbusters were happening. This was the
Aliens.
birth of blockbusters.
Alien. Sorry, Alien came in what 78?
78 or 79, yeah.
Or the first
Yeah,
scare, like
79.
real terrifying movie.
That is because you had a group of filmmakers that were allowed to fucking go ham. There was no
Boosh!
agenda. There was nothing else in it.
What's up, man?
What's up, Boosh? What's up, Joe? I just seen you, man. Number 4, Endgame. No.
No.
Nope.
top
Not
10.
either.
Top 10.
No.
Oh,
No,
I'm
top
not-
Top 10
25.
for sure.
no.
No.
Yes.
Especially when,
Hell no.
especially.
That is,
Especially-
I'm telling
okay,
you,
no,
how
no,
many people
no,
have watched
no, no, no.
this?
Okay, no.
I feel let's
reason
just
being-
keep going. Let's just keep going because
reason
we're
being
going to talk about this when we get to our list. You know, we're going to talk about this when we get
Yeah,
to
yeah,
our list.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Number
yes or
3, Logan.
Top 10, sure.
Top 10. Yeah. Top 10 movie.
It's a tough one for me. It's a tough one. But it's a great movie. It's a
I
great
don't,
movie.
I don't know about top 10.
Oh, yes.
Spider-Man 2, 2004.
Absolutely top 10. Absolutely
Yes.
top
Yes.
10.
One of the best ones ever. And of course,
Fuck no.
So, like I said in my video, he is great in everything but this movie.
Correct.
he's great in Civil War.
Civil War, he was awesome.
All that shit.
He was-
Civil War, yeah.
He was dripping cool. Just
Yeah.
dripping cool.
Civil War didn't even make the top 50 according to Rolling
Nope.
Stone.
Yeah.
Neither did Avengers in Infinity War.
You're
But
right.
No one was there.
Endgame did. No.
What made the top
Infinity
10?
War was there.
Well, Endgame
Yeah.
got there
Top-
because
top-
Endgame
yeah, but
got
top
there
10
is
because
like
they had that
41.
fucking
Oh, top
woman
50.
power.
Top 50. I'm sorry. I thought you said top 50.
All right. So, who wants to go first with their top 10?
We're going 10 to 1.
10
Yeah,
to
we're
1.
going to go 10 to 1. I think Bradley should go first because he has his 10 worst.
Well, I thought
do
we
my 10
so
worst.
let him
or
do his
save that
10
till
worst,
later?
and then I thought we would just each give our 10, our 9,
All right.
and then
All right,
like
there you
one
go.
by one.
Well, hold
Let's
on,
go
hold
through
on. Before we start this, because I've got the rules confused. This is comic book, and like 'cause I'm looking at comic books that made me go watch the movie, and how that's why.
That's fine.
You know,
Superhero
that's the
movie.
kind
That's
of
a good list.
Remember,
That's-
I'm a
that's
little
your
younger,
top
so
10.
it's like I was a little younger. I'm a little younger, so that's why I kind of like, hey, this is what I liked.
No, this is your top 10, which you
All right.
consider to be
All
your
right.
top 10 movies. We're
Yeah.
not doing critics or anything. This is
Movies.
our personal ones.
Movies, okay.
Yeah, movies.
Boobies,
Oh.
top 10 boobies.
Dude, I have
Wrong
comic
show.
books.
Wrong show.
Yeah.
Wrong show.
Book
Fuck.
movies. We're going to do that
I'm
on
out of
Bradley's
this.
channel.
I'm so
Top 10
fucked out of this. I'm so screwed.
I'll go
fine.
first then.
Well, Bradley's
Number 10?
going to do his his 10 worst.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Bradley.
Me?
Yeah,
All
you
right,
do
my
your
10
10 worst.
Okay, hold on. I got this on my phone. All right. So 10 to 1. Number 10, The Flash.
Ooh, okay.
Number 9, Catwoman.
Okay.
Number 8, Birds of Prey.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Number 7, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I think you're kind of
Ooh,
being
yeah.
generous with
Okay.
the tray.
Yeah.
Number 6, Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Number 5, Quantumania.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 4, Dark Phoenix.
Yes.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
a horrible movie.
Because it destroyed it. Phoenix Saga is just such a good saga.
Yeah.
I know.
And you can't.
Even the cartoon did it well. Cartoon did it well. Number 3, Eternals.
Okay.
They still have a giant hand sticking out of the Indian Ocean. No one cares about.
And ahead.
Yeah. Number 2, Love and Thunder.
Mhm.
Yep.
And my number 1 worst movie. Go on and guess it.
Wonder Woman 1984.
Nope.
Black Widow.
Mom.
Oh,
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, that movie was trash.
It just.
I argue that
Multiverse of
Love and
Madness.
Thunder is more trash than that movie.
Yeah, but I think Multiverse of Madness did more damage to the overall MCU and
Yeah.
potential future MCU than Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder is just Taika Waititi being a jackass. Now that the multiverse is all messed up, so I think it's just bad in the sense that it's destroyed. Everything after that is getting worse and worse.
Right. And this was really like the first film where you had to watch a Disney Plus show to understand what was going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All
That was
right. So, Joker, what's your number 10 for 10 best?
Well, it's actually a two-way tie. V for Vendetta and Blade.
Okay.
My number 9, Logan.
Hold on.
Bradley's going to do his number 10.
My
Okay.
number 10 is Iron Man.
Okay.
All right. Static, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is the original Avengers.
The original
Okay.
Avengers.
Good choice.
Acid, do you have a number 10?
What for the best movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I got mine all screwed up, man. I got this all screwed up. But I said Spider-Man,
Which one?
the original, like the
Tobey.
first. But
All right,
yeah,
for
Tobey
number 10.
Maguire.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
My number 10 is Infinity War.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Joker, what's
My
your
number
number 9?
9.
What was your 10 again?
It was a two-way tie. V for Vendetta and Blade.
And then what was yours, Bradley?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay.
So
Carry
my
on.
number 9. So my
Yeah.
number 9, Logan.
Logan.
My number 9 is Avengers. The first Avengers.
Okay.
Avengers. Acid, do you have a number 9?
Yeah, you're not gonna like it. I said X-Men. Because I used to read the comic book, and I love the comic
I don't
book.
have a problem with
That made me go watch
Yeah.
that. Made me go watch
The first X-Men movie was actually pretty good.
X-Men 1, 2 wasn't that bad. After that, I didn't really give a shit. But X-Men
Yeah.
back then, I was like,
And then when they came back out with First Class, it was pretty decent. Static, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is Batman Begins.
Batman Begins.
Oh,
Okay.
I got 1978 Superman.
Okay.
Joker,
number
what's
8?
your... Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
Bradley?
I have the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Acid?
I have Tron. I had the comic books Tron, and I went and I watched the first original
Which
Tron
one?
movie, the original Tron movie.
Okay.
I got and I had the comic books, and Dad rented Tron, and I just absolutely fell in love with the discs and how it was and the video game. I'll
be back in a second, guys.
All right.
So Tron was up there.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, he's a different generation. He didn't know Tron came
Yeah.
out before the comic books.
I didn't know,
So,
but I mean, it was amazing to me. Tron 2 was different than what 1 was, but I fell in love with Tron. I just thought that was just the coolest thing.
Tron 2 was a visual experience.
Yeah.
All right.
I know mine's weird. I know I'm weird, but I'm looking at comic books that I just fell in love with, and I was like, I can't wait to see this movie.
All right,
That's-
Static, what's
that's fine.
yours?
So my number 8 is Kick-Ass.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fun movie. My number 8 is Dark Knight also.
Okay. My number 7,
Yep.
Superman.
X2.
I like it.
Acid, what do you got? You got something?
Batman, the second one. Well, because I like Batman, the comic book.
Batman
2.
Returns.
Yeah, Batman
Batman
Returns.
Returns. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Michael Keaton, Batman
Loved it.
Returns.
yeah, loved it.
Okay.
Static.
I am. Hold on. I'm keeping track of everyone's picks.
I'm doing the same.
My number 7 is Blade.
My number 7 is
Oh, that's
Winter
not a
Soldier.
superhero. That's not a superhero. Shit. Oh crap. Anyway.
So my number 6,
Yep.
Joker.
Of course, Joker would pick Joker.
Yeah. What did I have? Civil War.
See,
Okay.
this is where I screwed up because I thought this was just comic books that maybe were movies and stuff. I said heavy metal because I absolutely
Dude, I fucking love it.
I fucking loved it. I love that.
You're
Love
good
that.
with that one.
Heavy metal was great to me. It was my dad's comics because you saw that thing. I actually found it the other day when I was looking at them. The heavy metal series. And I love that movie. I can watch it a dozen times.
No wonder why he thought we were picking favorite boobies.
Cool Frog. What's up, man?
All right, so it's Static's turn.
Oh, it is my turn. My number 6 is Dread.
Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
The
Carl.
Carl.
Urban.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joker, go ahead.
No, you didn't do your 6.
Oh, I didn't do mine.
Go.
So Winter Soldier was my last one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I fucked up.
It's a list of 10 names. Come on.
Yeah. Shit. So, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Was that a comic
Oh.
book?
Yes.
So
And that
my
first-
number 5. My number 5, Avengers Infinity War.
Nice.
Oh,
My number 5, Batman, 1989.
So this is where I screwed up.
That was a tough call.
So this is where I screwed up. Okay, I thought this was comic books, so I said Justice League because back in the day, I mean, not the movies, but like the old school Justice League comic books, I love them. With the Legion of whatever the hell they're called, the Legion, that helmet thing, where all the bad guys are. Yeah, I love that, but the movie was not the same. If I had to pick anything, it would be Superman. Superman 1 or 2 was like one of the greatest.
All right, so put him down for Superman.
I'm gonna put you down for Superman.
Yep.
But I love Justice League, the comic book. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that was great.
And the animated series is outstanding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, God, yeah. When I was a kid, Cartoon Network.
So that would be me, and my number 5 is Guardians, the original.
Okay.
Wookiee.
My number 5 is Civil War.
Okay. My number
You know
4.
what? Wookiee, our lists are going to look interesting.
I guarantee you, I'm going to put a movie in my number 1 position. None of you are going to say.
And I probably did the same thing. My number 4, Dark Knight.
My number 4 is Infinity War.
Okay.
Crow. The Crow.
Good movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
really
one.
movie.
Good call.
I mean,
My number 4 is Winter Soldier.
Okay.
My number 4 is Blade.
Okay. My number 3, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Arguably the best Marvel film.
My number 3 is 1978 Superman.
Okay.
mine would be, like I said, the comic book was Transformers. I love the comic books. Love the cartoons. Saw the movie, the first movie. I thought it was really good. It was different. And it'll always be, because I've always loved the Transformers. I had the toys and everything. So, always be up there for
I
me.
guess they're superheroes.
Yeah.
The first movie, first live action was a good movie.
You gotta remember, I gotta remember though. I'm looking at this as like I thought this was comic books that were turning into movies that
But your list is still working, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
I love
Your list is still working good.
You're also
guilty-
a different generation than most of us.
Yeah.
One of my
The next one you're gonna hate. The next one you guys are gonna hate. So
one of my
or the
guilty
next
pleasures
two.
is I watch all the Transformers movies every year. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. I know they're ass, but I have to watch the giant fucking robots destroy shit. Like, I can't help myself.
All right, what's yours?
Civil War.
Civil War.
Number 3. Okay.
All right. The original Batman with Keaton.
Okay. My number 2.
The Batman.
The Crow.
The Crow.
Ooh.
Okay.
My number 2 is Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Here we go with this. This is gonna be this is gonna be low on everybody's list, but
My
comic book I loved, and I saw the movie. I was disappointed, but again, I love the comic book. It was Spawn. Love Spawn.
Oh,
Spawn.
hell
The comic
yeah.
book
Nice.
was unbelievably
The
good.
movie was okay for the time. You need to watch the animated series. It was on HBO.
Yeah,
the animated
series
series
was unbelievable, and I but I collected the Spawn figures, everything.
All right, go ahead, Static.
my number 2 is The Dark Knight.
Number 2 is Dark Knight. My number 2 is The Crow. All right, so when we do number ones, you need to explain why that is better than everything else, what it meant for you.
Okay. My number 1. The best comic to live action adaptation as far as the character and the way the character is portrayed and the way the comic book was, and that would be Dread.
Nice.
No surprise, given what is not on my list, Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Gotcha.
It is probably, from my, like everyone say, it may be the best live action Marvel Comics movie, period. Well acted. a very good translation of a difficult story. The Ed Brubaker story in Captain America with the return of Bucky as a Winter Soldier is a fantastic series. And this was a good adaptation, probably one of the better adaptations that Marvel has done. And it also started with the Russo brothers really kicking it into gear. So they just went from there. And
that fight scene was tight. That fight scene was tight.
Their movies are good movies.
Yes.
Well constructed. And Robert Redford's just wonderful. Just wonderful.
As Alex Pierce.
Oh, and Cold War thriller. This is what? This is the level of what Secret Invasion should have been. This level of tension, of espionage, of drama. They had a blueprint. They ignored it.
Yeah.
Okay, Static.
Or acid.
You're not gonna. So, again, comic book. One of my Star Wars. I loved Star Wars comic books.
The original Star Wars.
The original, no, just the original Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. With Darth Vader. And in the comic books, I mean, I was drawing. Everybody outside is using fucking sticks as goddamn the lightsabers. It will always be like, and I love the comic books, man. They were, Tatooine and I just remember all these, and it was just the best thing ever, and it will always be number one for me.
Let me ask you: are you talking the old Marvel ones that came out in the 70s and 80s?
Yeah. My dad's comics. Okay. Yeah, my dad's comics.
Okay.
Yeah, the new ones are not
giant rabbit.
Yeah, a couple of them. Jackson. A couple of the other ones. A couple of other ones, like in the 80s and 90s, weren't that bad. But I'm saying like the old ones where where you open it up, it says Captain O in there. Buy the sell our shit for that kind of stuff that's in the comic. I love it, and I will always love that stuff.
Honestly, Acid may not have got the full assignment, but that's a great list for what you did. That's a damn good list.
Yeah. All right, Static, what do you got? Why is it there?
So I am going with what is probably the first superhero movie that I've watched, with the exception of like the 80s version of Captain America and Spider-Man movies that came out back then. I am going with Batman Returns, because I just like the dark kind of like grittiness to it. I like Michelle Pfeiffer, for obvious reasons.
DeVito was good in it too.
The Penguin was my favorite bad guy from the Adam West show, and to get to see him in a movie, even though that was nothing that played a big part in it. And Keaton kills it as Batman. Like, I love Batman Returns. That's one of my favorites.
Ariel says, okay, Brad, unsub, no mention of Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, boycotting. You're going to have to do something really, really big to win me back.
Hot take. Anne Hathaway is a better Catwoman than Michelle Pfeiffer.
Wow. Well, she's definitely stacked more in the front.
She is a more accurate. She's a more accurate Selena Kyle than Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay, that's
fair enough. And like the way that like she becomes Catwoman is corny as fuck. Like she got cat scratch fever or some shit. Like
it's like the Catwoman movie. It's like the Halle Berry Catwoman movie. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready for all of you to ridicule me, but I thought this was, and I never read the comic till after I watched the movie. I thought this was a gritty movie, very, very planted in reality. My number one is The Watchmen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which, until the very end, I could see that. I mean, it's really panel for panel just from the comic.
Right. But I just liked how it was in the real world. It wasn't in a superhero world. It was in the real world. And it was, and the ending with Rorschach and all that stuff, it like grabs you, It has an emotional tug to it. Actually, all the movies on this list, the only reason they're on there is because I actually felt something while watching them. I wasn't just like blown away. It was an emotional attachment to those films.
Gotcha.
It's fucking hard to make your top 10 fucking movies.
Yeah.
My top three were easy. Those were the easiest three.
And I was kind of the same way. But like down towards the bottom, I'm like looking at like, You know, at Guardians, I could fit Guardians in there
Right.
too. You know, I mean, I could have put Batman Returns instead of Batman, but it's like, Batman for me struck more just because that's when I first saw Batman on a movie theater, and
Yeah.
like
Right.
Wookie's saying, it's that emotional reaction.
I wasn't allowed to see the original Batman, but they let me watch
I-
Batman Returns. I don't get it, but that's just my
That's-
parents.
I still wish I could like find Spawn books. I love
Yeah,
that.
just
I
gotta
just love the color. The coloring was just amazing.
That
Now,
was good McFarlane artwork.
yes, it was, and that's arguably, and Todd is arguably the best Spider-Man artist too. So
I mean, that's where Venom really started.
right, and the spaghetti, the webbing, the bigger
the webbing.
eyes.
Yeah. And how about how he drew Mary Jane?
Right,
Mary Jane looked like a freaking supermodel then.
right.
If they had Spider-Man 2088 or whatever, I would have put that on the list. If they would've had
2099.
that. Yeah, 2099. Sorry, they would have had that. Like, cause that was such a different character than I was used to reading.
Technically,
Oh,
you could have.
Ariel,
You could
I'm
have.
going to disagree with that. That I think Batman Returns was more kid friendly. No,
There's
No,
more
no, no,
blood
no,
in
no.
Batman Returns.
Yeah.
and there's a
Much
and there's a
more
lot of and there's a lot of the blatant innuendo.
Yeah. The whole
Yeah.
Penguin Catwoman
Oh yeah,
I'm just glad there's
lack of chemistry.
lack of exactly.
I remember being a kid seeing Batman and Robin going, why are there nipples on the bat suit?
I look back on that because I was going through the list and saw like the costumes and everything, look at like the worst ones. And I'm like, oh my God, I forgot that they gave Robin the Nightwing outfit in Batman and Robin.
Uh-huh.
They gave him a Nightwing. I'm like, holy shit, I forgot that.
And just made it red instead.
Yeah. Well, they did that later in the comics.
Right.
They changed it to red during the New 52, which sucked. Should have been blue the entire time.
Right.
Always good.
And
Teenage
that
Mutant
was-
Ninja Turtles Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is my 11, Ariel.
and
Just
Batman
didn't quite
and
make the cut.
and I was the Batman and Robin film was just awful from start to finish. I mean, I'm like, Barbara's not Alfred's niece. She's the commissioner's daughter.
Right,
What's going on here? Now, I had no problem with the casting of Alicia Silverstone at the time. The what they did to Bane was just criminal.
Yeah.
I mean, Bane is one of Batman's deadliest villains. He's smart. He's incredibly smart.
Nightfall.
He's
I mean, come on, just go look at Nightfall. Serious Nightfall. I mean, that changed things.
That image alone, just a snapping. Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa.
The bat is broken.
Yes.
Where's Garfield?
If eating lasagna was a superpower, he would have made the list.
There you go.
Except that his voice was Bill Murray, and he did not do good.
I thought it was John Goodman.
No, Garfield was Bill Murray.
Okay.
Really? I didn't know.
Sometimes Bill Murray can do wrong. He can do wrong sometimes.
Well, yeah. And yes, Boosh. Yes, Bane does rank the behind me, so that tracks.
Yeah, they've never really portrayed Bane properly in anything.
I mean,
really.
even in Dark Knight Rises, that's really not Bane.
No. I mean, he was
Talked a
just
little too
basically the
much.
servant of Talia. That's really what he was.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, but as far as my number one, every time I see Dredd, I am just like, because the way Urban played him was just perfect, absolutely perfect.
Yeah, like you said, I wasn't that big into DC outside of a few comics and getting to read the Golden Age stuff. Golden Age Wonder Woman, Golden Age Aquaman, Golden Age Superman, Batman, and even you get into like the Silver Age with the Batman, the Riddler was kind of fucking wackadoodle,
Right.
Cartoonish.
But as far as Dredd goes, I mean, a lot of folks don't know who Judge Dredd is because he's not an American comic. He's a British comic.
And some people instantly think of Sylvester Stallone.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to set something up. All right. So we are past the 1 hour. We normally do a commercial, but I played the commercial at the beginning, so we're gonna. Pet did a new short,
Oh,
so I'm gonna share that. Let's see. Let's go back and go back in so you get the whole thing.
Dude, check it out, a rainbow. If we can reach the end, we'll find a pot of gold, Lou. Let's go.
Oh God.
Look, there it is. Come on, Lou. What the fuck? God damn it.
It's better
I
than
love
what I
Pat.
thought it was going to be.
I love Pat.
Very bad.
He said he got a comment that someone asked him if he was trying to make a political statement. He hasn't decided how to respond yet. So, show of hands, who's played Fallout? I'm the only person, huh?
I think
A
I
little
played
bit.
once.
I've played a
I
little
played-
bit of it. I've never finished one.
No.
Oh, I never finished. I played it for a little bit. That's it.
So we got some set photos, preview of Prime Video's adaptation of the Bethesda game.
I didn't know they
Some
were
of the
doing
stuff looks interesting. Let's go here. And some of it does not. They got the dismantled cars. Like, I'm like, why is that truck over there and the truck's not in the shots, though? It must be a set truck. But yeah, they got guy here as the as one of the raiders. He's definitely not a vault dweller. So it's been over a year since we got any pictures. It's been over a year since we got any pictures.
I didn't know they were doing this.
That's too modern. Everything's 1950s. Solid state electronics were never invented, so everything's still tubes and transistors in that world. So everything's still 1950s style. But yeah, there's a close-up picture of them. Looks kind of interesting. Does not have a Pit Boy on, so I'm going to say it's not the Vault Dweller. I am kind of interested for this show, and I am not kind of interested for this show.
Where's it going?
It's going on
Amazon?
Prime.
Uh,
So it has a 50-50 shot of being
Yeah.
a good show.
I'm trying to
It
think
re-
that dude in that one shot looks like what looks like the actor from something I can't remember what it. Oh, damn it! What was his role? He's like
So they, but so the last set photos came out were the sets of. You're stoked for it. I know you are, Pat. I love my Fallout. I can't play 76 anymore. No problem, man. We're here to support, sir. We raise people up. We don't put them down. But yeah, I just hope they don't fuck it up. It's a really simple story. All they got to do is be going for the Gek, and there you go. Oh. Movie extras worrying they're being replaced by AI is already doing body scans.
I saw
So
this.
Yeah, so this was on after 4 weeks of working as a background actor on the Disney Plus series WandaVision during the pandemic. Alexandra, whatever her last name is, was told by the production crew to report to a tractor trailer. Dozens of other background actors were wrangled into the same site where one by one they were told to step in front of a series of cameras on metal rigs behind glass. Have your hands out, have your hands in, look this way, look that way. Let us see your scared face, let us see your surprised face. Recalls of the instructions she was given. They 360 scan every single actor. And I'm pretty sure you gave away your rights to your likeness.
Forever.
Yeah.
Those are going to be the best action figures ever.
Well, that's exactly what they do for action figures. They did it
Yeah,
for
I
Timothy
know.
Tatman and them for Call of Duty. You go in and get a 360 laser scan. Man. dude from Danny McBride's show is playing on his funny as fuck, Walton Goggins. Like, look, Pat, you are up to date on
Goggins is from The Shield.
yeah.
He was Shane in The Shield. He was also in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
But
Good
yeah,
actor.
so Pat is up on a little bit of this stuff here. What Joe saying? Let's see, Paulie shows on it last week. He missed out on what do you have up here? Oh yeah, you talking about the Fallout stuff, Joe? But yeah, so they're already amping up for AI, and I still believe Script Doctor and Valiant was saying that they are not. Did I not share that fucking article?
No.
No. No. Here it is. I already read it to you. Here it is. This is the woman that's claiming it. But yeah, she gets $187 a day as a background actor. She did not give permission for a digital replica to ever be used in the background of any scenes. Bullshit, you didn't. They wouldn't do it if they didn't have permission.
Yeah, that's probably in some contract he signed. And
Yeah.
from what I understand,
They don't read those
scanned-
contracts.
Yeah.
They scanned all of the background actors for Mom, Multiverse of
Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah. They're just building their AI army.
Yep.
Damn, what the hell was I talking about? Shit. You ever have one of those things where you feel like Mitch McConnell? A stroke? He had a seizure, I think. Have they ever come out and said what happened to him?
Not that I've noticed. But you know when
Huh?
that shit happens, it doesn't matter. It only matters when he looks like an ass.
Two
So what does
words.
everybody think about this?
Two words will solve that entire problem. Term limits.
Yes.
Age limits as well.
Yep. So what do you guys stop bounding?
Sorry.
Oh God.
Oh.
But I've been saying this for a long time. They are writing these shows like we are fucking idiots.
Well, they're writing them for themselves.
I think they're writing them for how stupid they think we are. They think they are so superior to us that we cannot grasp. Well, it's a proof factor. Look at Oppenheimer's box office. Look at Barbie's box office. Movies like Oppenheimer don't blow the box office out where they should. You take Lucy with Scarlett Johansson. The movie bombed. It's a fucking excellent movie, but you have to think. You have to use your brain to watch that movie. They're producing content that within the first 5 minutes, you know who the murderer is.
Right.
Like they've given all the clues right off the bat.
All right.
But
So I have said this about this show. I know I went into the show. I know nothing about the lore. I know nothing about the books. I know nothing about the game. I know nothing about this world. I do know that it is based on Polish folklore. That's all I know. But I could tell within the first few minutes, you know, after you can figure out what timeline you're in, because there was no delineation of time in the first few episodes. But I could tell right away, this is Girl Boss.
Oh
From the
yeah,
start.
especially that first episode. Yeah, because there was that's all that like
A queen.
I mean,
A queen
yeah.
out on the field.
well, I mean, the first episode, like you're if I'm recalling this right, it's been a while, but like you meet two women, and like it's not like Geralt talks a lot to begin with, but I mean they don't shut the fuck up, and it's just like that's just all it is the whole time.
Yeah, it's not a time period piece. It's a modern day piece with swords and stone buildings. Is what I've heard. I haven't watched it. I haven't had Netflix for years. I canceled my shit before Cuties came out, so I just never turned it on. If I did, I turned it on and went to sleep. I don't watch TV. That's one reason why I bitch about pop culture, because when I want to sit down and watch something, I want to sit down and watch something of substance. But this is the problem with everything. a higher level of nuance and complexity. They are writing this stuff for people that are 45 years old and working at McDonald's.
You know what? What are the odds that they're just talking out of their ass and they can't write it just to begin with?
I mean,
Probably
that's
that's
a
a
good
good portion of it.
excuse. Well, and that's
There's
the
that too.
problem. But so the fucking movie company or Netflix has to approve it. Somebody has to approve their writing. Somebody, just because they can't write doesn't mean they should have a fucking job.
Doesn't mean the people who are approving know any better.
True story.
This is
I
why I
haven't
don't
watched
agree
it.
with SAG.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Don't care. No, I don't think any of my friends even watched it. They're like, no.
The Witcher 3 was a fun game.
I want to watch it. Last week when we were talking about what video games would we like to see be turned into movies, I said The Witcher because I'm still waiting for it.
Now, I will say this, and I just about the writers and stuff, and with the writer's strike and everything. Chris Gore had this segment on where I don't remember the name of the guy, but he had a couple tweets where the writers and the actors, they're lobbying for more transparency when it comes to the streaming, which I'm fine with that. We should see the actual numbers and whatnot, but the writers and actors are asking, and they may not, be careful what you do wish for, because they think all these shows are massively successful. Tatiana Maslany. But if they really, as this sphere has been saying, these shows are not making the money at all. So you want to get paid more for shows that don't do well. And if the studios actually did release the number, you think stock prices are bad now. Just wait until those numbers come out. Studios would then be forced to cut their budgets, which would mean cut their staffing, which means less writing gigs, less acting gigs. You are protesting yourself out of a job.
Yes. The problem is the writing subpar, and they're complaining, and I understand their complaint.
Better.
What does it
pull
say?
it up here?
What?
What did he do?
Oh
God.
God, I can't even read that.
Go full screen. Go full screen.
Oh yeah.
What did you do?
What is this?
Top 10 movies. I agree, Wookie.
You should have put Electra in there. You should
Oh,
have.
I know. I was gonna put
Oh, wow. Electra. Holy crap.
It's got Daredevil on the back of mine.
yeah.
Trying to find this tweet from End Wokeness. That says stop wokeness.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Miss Tatiana talking about, there's so much wealth to be shared, and I'm like, ooh, that's a very lovely Marxist comment to make there.
Are we talking about the woman who was like, I had to wear this dress for 18 hours? So
No.
Oh,
That's
This is
Zegler.
She-Hulk.
That's Zegler. Yeah.
I should put.
Tatiana Maslany was She-Hulk. She was also in
Correct.
what-
Orphan Black.
Orphan Black. That was it.
oh,
Yeah, she's talking about the writers, the cast, the crew, and I'm like, you got paid $50,000 an episode. I mean, how much of that did you give to the writers and the cast and the crew if you're so concerned? And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but there's a thing called risk and security. The studio assumes all the risk. You get security. You get paid no matter what. It's the studio that can potentially take a loss. So I mean, yeah, it'd be great if you could share in the profits, but do you want to share in the losses?
It's the same thing as
They are taking losses.
as the guy that
No.
runs the press
No.
machine for the door factory saying he wants part of the profits.
Right. But as I was saying to these actors, do you want to share in the losses? I mean, especially you Marvel and Lucasfilm actors. You are saying you want more. There's nothing to give.
And
But
I mean,
you
you
got paid-
spend
but you got
$220 million
paid-
dollars.
But you got paid anyway, so you forego risk for security.
Yeah, the CEOs are getting paid $25 million though. There's plenty of money.
But most
the
of that
Rock
is
just
stock.
got $50 million for playing a movie on Amazon.
Okay, then
They used there was $220 million used to make Secret Invasion.
right.
I'm trying to figure out where it went.
It's the lowest rated Marvel show ever. Lowest rated show on Disney Plus.
I'm telling you that I'm telling you the cast and crew ate very well on that set. That had to be the best craft services ever.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Caviar and lobster.
I'm thinking somebody learned something doing Rings of Power and figured out how to get money out of the studios and shimmy it to their pockets, and they started doing it on everything.
Well, what was it? The Acolyte spent $50 million before they even started rolling a camera.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. All right,
$50 million.
We got this here. Hold on. Oh, wrong video.
No, I think this. I think this one's fine. I didn't.
I've got an update on Ripino
Uh-oh.
What's
if
up?
you want to see it.
Let's
Someone
do Renee Zegler being a
Okay,
fucking
okay.
snob.
Oh,
and then we'll do it.
AOC.
Yeah. Now,
Not AOC.
now
Poor
she
man's
does
AOC.
not look good as Snow White, but I have seen her in some movies where I'm like, hold on a minute.
I mean, in Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Yeah, she's fucking hot. But yeah.
If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online. If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
Wrong.
Well,
Well,
what would
I
you
will
get
say
paid on a
they are
TV show?
entitled to-
What would you? They're entitled to some sort of royalty.
yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, royalties, sure, but
That's like me saying if I spend all this time writing all this code, every time this code gets used, I need to get paid for it too.
Well, the problem is,
Like-
is the company owns the code.
okay.
It's different. It's different. It's the same thing with inventors that work for like Dow and shit. They never get fucking dick for it, even though they invented how to cure cancer.
The company
Okay,
owns the film too.
Yeah.
Script said it best when this is pretty much the same issue when there was a writers and actor strike when it came to syndication. This is basically the same argument. How do you monetize that?
Well, they've been paying them royalties on TV shows for years, and
Right.
basically streaming services is TV shows. Writers, actors, everybody gets royalties on it.
But that's a different. But that's not
Yeah, now,
syndication.
But because TV shows used to be 22 episodes. Now they're like 8 to 10.
And
Or,
Yeah.
or
And they're 26 minutes.
right, and in some cases six
Yeah.
episodes. So do you need a writing room of 8 writers for a 6-episode season?
The writing rooms are absurd. The singing episode of fucking Star Trek is exactly what a writer room breeds. Everybody's blowing each other and not telling each other, hey man, that might not work. They're all like, yeah. There's nobody in there going, no.
I don't need a writer's room to tell me a singing Star Trek would not work. I have 40 years of real Star Trek behind me to say it does not work. And someone who knew the show should have said, wait a minute, this is not Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Well, Salty Nerd, yesterday they actually talked about this, and they said that one thing that you could have done if it was like a holodeck malfunction or something. It could have worked, but they like put music where it did not belong. Like for the Klingons, it was this poppy type, boy band kind of thing. When it should have been like Scandinavian symphonic, the metal.
What it should have been, and my friend
Or
brought this
opera.
up, who doesn't watch
Or
it,
opera.
should have been Klingon opera.
Right.
I mean, why are they not singing the songs of their people? Why are they auto-tuning Backstreet Boys or some K-pop band? That makes no
Right.
sense. It's the 23rd century. What are you
Right.
doing?
You do
Idiots
know
who
that-
don't
you do know that
they
they
don't know
fixed
the
that.
story.
They fixed
I
that,
get
right?
angry. Oh, I saw this with Gary. Yeah.
I don't.
That's much better. That's much better than what the fuck they put out. Also, one of the Backstreet Boys was pretty good. So, what's this update on Ripper you got?
On Rapino, whatever.
Rapinoe.
Rapino. I thought you
Rapinoe.
said Ripper.
Oh, Rafina, I thought you said.
No,
Ripper.
Meg. No, the soccer bitch. Someone asked her what her favorite memory is because she's retiring.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
darn. Damn
and,
it. I'm never going to see her again.
This is what she had to say. Her favorite memory of playing soccer. God damn it! Hold on.
Still holding.
You got to share it before you play it.
Is there a memory that stands out to you
Can you
right
hear
now
it?
in this moment?
Yeah, turn it up.
Yeah,
a
I
little
can
bit.
hear.
It's all the way up.
Oh, it's all the way up. So that was just the interviewer asking her if there's a memory that stands out playing soccer.
Oh, I mean, probably equal pay chance after the final.
Oh, fuck off.
That's her greatest
Yeah.
memory.
How
This
about
broadcast-
missing a fucking penalty kick and getting yourself removed from the fucking World Cup?
This broad's
How
got
about-
two World Cups.
How about getting beat by a team of 15? How about getting beat by a team of 15-year-old boys?
That wasn't her. That was like one of their
Mrs.
squad.
C got this right.
Yeah, it's still bad though.
She's got
Yep.
two World
It's like
Cups.
but the thing is though, with her, I really think that she had this glorified speech when she won the World Cup again. And that's exactly what she was going to go out with a big
Yeah.
bang. They were going to repeat, going to cement her name in history. Blah blah blah, and world of soccer.
Her speech would live on through the eons.
Yeah,
How many
because it would be the only team
Gettysburg
to ever hit
Address.
3 times in a row, back to back to back. It would been the first time in any even in men's, and so this was gonna be like a huge thing for her, and it's gone. And I think that big L is gonna cement harder than
Tarnish. Yeah, it's
Sure.
definitely tarnished. Now,
Yeah.
I'll say this. The U.S. ladies program elevated the sport. Great. Good job. But the sport has now caught up to you.
Yep, and so did and they expanded the pools. I mean, they've got new teams.
Yep.
It's the first
Yep.
time, I mean, Brazil's gone. Canada lost. So did Germany, who was number 2. And they're so this is a wake up call. And like I said before,
This
this is going to be things are going to be gone different from now on.
This is kind of like when Ronda came into MMA. She was light years ahead of everyone else. The sport caught up to her.
Yeah, she's coming back. Actually, she's actually got a fight coming. Yeah, she just
Oh, is
left.
she?
She just left
they
the
wrote-
WWE. She's
Yeah,
got
they wrote
again?
an MMA game. She's got an MMA
Again?
fight coming. No, yeah, she's got the last one because of pregnancy, but now she's MMA.
So I have a Ripper update.
Okay. Nice.
That's not a RIPA update. That's a Wookiee update, motherfucker.
9.8s, baby.
Yeah, I saw him say.
9.8.
I saw him say that nothing left the shop under a 9.8.
Yep.
Nice.
9.8s. And it says he signed these on May 23rd.
Wow.
So that's how long they've had the comics. So
Nice.
he's
Yeah,
had these for
what was
a
it?
while.
The Melanie Mac had just showed hers the other day.
Yeah, I wanted to get all three, but I was going to do the $600 package, but I'm like, do I want to bring my lunch to work or do I want to eat out all week? So it's a big expenditure. Big expenditure.
My Darkwing Duck's better.
All right, so here's some bullshit.
Ahsoka?
No,
Okay.
we haven't even. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get to that, but
I'll even
Yep, I was thinking about talking about this, but
Well,
so Vanessa Kirby
I called
and
that
Joe
cast.
Eyed to star as Sue and Johnny Storm in a new Marvel movie. They can't cast anyone during strike. They can't even be in talks.
Right.
I think she was the leading choice prior to.
Right. Her
the-
name's come up several times. Her name has come up several times.
more than
But I
anyone.
think-
What else?
I think more of this is just we need to write about something.
yeah, I agree. That's,
Oh,
what,
okay.
that's
There's
ultimately why I
there's
didn't
also
wanna-
one with a Galacticus being cast.
Oh, that's bad. I got another
it.
point on that, though.
Is
I got another point on
Hispanic?
Galactic.
And then I've also heard that Matt Smith is now a candidate for Reed.
They're still putting out that Adam Driver is in the running. Adam Driver has said no.
Yeah, he said no.
Yeah.
Well,
Here's-
you know, you got to make shit up so that you got something to write on and people to click. Like, I mean, these are just rumors, right?
Yeah.
Let me
I mean-
point this out, though, because this kind of ties into what I was talking about with Spider-Man Homecoming in the sense of why that worked compared to what they've done with some other solo movies. Spider-Man Homecoming is focused on one bad guy, right? It was focused not on a world-ending event. Now, you bring in Galacticus as your first bad guy, that's a big freaking
Galactus, yeah,
mistake.
that's a
You
word.
can't
That,
bring in Galactus. No, you
Okay.
can't do that. But also,
The
you
Galactus-
potentially bring in the Surfer.
now, Galactus is that's a saga ending bad guy. That's
Avengers level.
right. That is bigger than. That is actually bigger than. That's bigger than Thanos.
Well, in the comics,
Yeah.
wasn't it just a Fantastic Four that went on there?
Oh, a couple times, yeah. But
Yeah.
But Galactus is such a big event. And the
Right.
problem is you cannot do it on this because again, it begets the problem. It's like, where are the Avengers? Where are the Avengers? Where are the Avengers for Secret Invasion? Right? Where are the Avengers for No Way Home? We got realities breaking. Where are the Avengers? You
Eternals.
cannot have these world-ending events every movie. It detracts from the movies. So that when you get the big movie, it's like, who gives a shit?
Well, no,
Right.
you
I mean,
need the
the-
Civil Wars and the Winter Soldiers with little hints
Right.
in the end credits.
you need.
That phase was done 100% properly. And I said this in my Star Wars video that these people are just making a fucking movie. They're just making a movie. They're just making a TV show. They are not building anything.
No, and this is the problem, and this is why I keep saying the first season of Loki is the most damaging to Marvel Studios.
The Infinity Stone's just laying in a drawer.
Right,
I got
and
some
it
around
said-
here somewhere. Remind me.
and-
I got them.
and
somewhere.
it also said that this is the sacred timeline. So
Oh.
everything you had from phase 1 through 3 meant dick because it was always supposed to happen.
I'm
Tony
Kang.
Stark's-
I'm writing it. I'm writing it. I'm Kang. I'm writing everything. You have no free
Tony-
will.
Tony Stark's entire character arc meant nothing.
Everyone's life means nothing. That's what that says. Every character, background character, Kang is writing all of it. Kang is God. God beyond God. He controls everything throughout the universe and the multiverse. It's all Kang.
I'm going to say Darkwing Duck movie.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down. They can't fuck that up. It's so bad.
Oh yeah, they could.
Is this with Rhodey? I discount that entirely. Just because he's got a
there is
smock
one
on.
character in the MCU that could handle Galacticus. They just made her at the end of Secret Invasion.
That's true.
Look, there you go. Galactus, yeah.
It would be an end game. It would be an end game.
And the Fantastic
Infinity
Four,
War would be him arriving on Earth. Endgame would be them fucking going after him.
and the Fantastic Four has one of the greatest Marvel villains of all as a recurring villain. It's Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You can play a Doctor Doom. And even though the prior ones, well, let's not talk about the Josh Trank one, but
Or the
when they
Julian,
did,
the McMahon.
yeah,
that
Julian,
guy.
yeah, but I mean, it was okay in the sense of he was a threat, and he was a classic threat, but he wasn't the world-ending threat.
No.
It's a classic bad guy. Same thing like Green Goblin's a classic bad guy. So of course Green Goblin made sense for Spider-Man 1, right? Doc Ock,
Right.
Spider-Man 2, yeah. Red Skull for Captain America, yeah. Loki, yeah, we get all that. But when you get Thanos, when you get Galactus, you get these world-ending events, you can't just stick it in a one-off movie. It has to be the conclusion, the climax. It has to be the big ending. You build to it.
Yeah, technically Ragnarok should have been built up.
And,
Ragnarok had nothing to do with the true Ragnarok story. Ragnarok
Right.
was like Joker saying Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
And Dempsey, you touched on something where you said, like Rick and the Morty, Marvel is now overly staffed with Rick and Morty writers.
So is Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Doom is probably one of the best villains in the MCU.
The best.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, now he has a daughter and she runs things.
Well,
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about this? MCU director worried he'll get death threats for ruining Tony Stark's death. Well, you ruined Tony Stark's death scene.
I mean,
They've ruined the
the Loki series has already done that. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because
That's
you
why-
don't need a
That's
fucking.
why I didn't watch it.
Mhm. Yeah, that means Kang wrote Rhodey being replaced according to these guys when he went in for getting worked on after falling from the sky, because that's the only time he possibly could have worn a hospital gown. Look, I could retcon this in a second. Same way I could retcon the Timeless Child in a second, because I have a brain in my damn head. But they're just going with, and honestly, I think they're kind of going with it just to get more people to talk about it, because no one wants to talk about it otherwise.
and it's just it makes that whole point of during
Is that who he left his wife for?
wow.
Who is that with him?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm guessing his son, but I don't know.
Wow, they look way gay.
Yeah.
I think you're right. It could be his son. Although, why
The
does
kid
son
has
look like
fucking
he's wearing
pajama pants. Well, that might be best.
Eat a sandwich, dear boy. Eat a sandwich.
He's
Shit.
eating bugs. He's eating the bugs.
Oh, jeez.
it? See what it
Why'd you
says.
send me that fucking static?
Yeah, that's his
I'll
son.
be back in a
Xavier
second. Give me
Trudeau.
38 seconds. Jesus.
Oh God. I didn't know it'd be like that. I mean, shit.
That's his kid, Xavier.
Xavier.
Look at his.
He's not bald in a wheelchair.
His son's
Xavier.
eyes look like they're screaming for help.
Yeah. Somebody save me.
He's touching me.
Oh. All right, guys. We are
About the two
closing it in here. We are 1:58. I know Static has to get on another stream here in approximately 2 hours. You got the link to that? Throw that in the
3,
chat.
I think. Yeah, let me throw this in
7
the
o'clock
chat.
is when my show was.
Is it like for a pizza thing again?
Oh yeah, it says 2 hours. Yep.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
in 2 hours.
I swear to God, if you put Domino's number 1, I'm going to kick your ass from here.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah, it's
put
Hungry
Domino's
Howard.
number 1. If you're
Hungry
talking about
Howard.
the last pizza ranking, that was against me. I did not think Domino's was.
So I'm just saying, you gonna have to fight.
You,
Put Domino's.
So I'm putting a link in the chat.
Then you're
Free.
going to get threats. Then you're going to be some threats.
This is Devil Made Me
Right.
Do It's channel, Beelzebub. That's the link to the stream where we will be ranking pizza.
Just as long as CPK is nowhere near that thing.
yeah.
CBK is on the list to be judged. But also, I mean, I don't know. I'm with a bunch of different people. I've got Dermy Wormy, Nick Weiser, and Extra
Now,
Zero.
did you see this thing?
You gotta do best
Oh.
frozen pizzas.
Oh,
It's a Legion
oh,
show.
Okay, now, did you see? I posted this the other day. There's this one pizza place that has got they take like they do like fried chicken nuggets fresh done, and they chop them up. They're around there, and then they do a blueberry jam and blueberry aioli.
Ew.
I know.
Aioli is
right?
just shit mixed with mayonnaise.
Mhm.
No. And here, we'll put this in here too.
What?
We didn't get to
Yeah.
it tonight. But this is the link to my fuck Star Wars video. I think I
Wow.
broke it down enough ways to make sense on that video.
You definitely did.
And
I
one of my last videos that fucking just made me laugh.
there.
And we did a little bit of a breakdown on Fractured last night
Yeah.
too.
I tagged out on that as soon as they started with the whole there's only two or whatever, that Yoda line that's strictly about the Sith. And they did that in such a way to take it out of context
Yes.
to make you think it applied to everyone.
Well, they
it's
started
like-
they started that video out of context with Luke and Grogu sitting there and Master and Apprentices. That never happened. He helped him remember who he was, and that was it. Fuck, Grogu went back to fucking Mandalorian.
It just
Yeah.
reminded
Luke
me
even
of the
said that.
news
Luke
and
even
how they
said
just
that.
take their own shit out of context just to push some sort of fucking. And it's like, no, that's not how that
Because-
shit works. You're ruining
because-
everything.
Because this is Dave Filoni's fucking wet dream. This is when he gets to make Ahsoka the way he always envisioned her.
Trans pizzas. Sushi pizza.
This is going to be a complete retcon of Rebels. Complete retcon. Because even the guy who plays Thrawn says, I am not playing the same character that I voiced in Rebels.
Boosh, no, Deadpool did not make anyone's list. I'm sure one of these guys here will post everybody's list on Twitter after the show.
I might do some mathematical things.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I made a spreadsheet.
Bradley and Static were keeping
Numbers
track of
are tough.
everybody's shit, so keep an eye out for that. Bradley, what do you got going on next week?
Well, I will probably be appearing on Static Show on Thursday. And I just realized and just found the ratings for last night's appearance of Ms. Marvel on ABC on network television.
Really? What is it? What is it?
Awesome.
What is it?
Really,
So
really
you have to
good.
watch the video to see it.
I mean, I'm trying to decide if I want to wait for next week. Probably
Just
not,
tell me-
because I got
tell
three
me
more
back
coming
in-
up next
What's up,
week.
Zombie
Tell me
Box?
when we're off. When
Yeah,
we're
I got you.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link.
Joker.
I got a link for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joker, you're doing last week's news now, of course, tomorrow.
Yes, I will be doing that, and then I've got my Game of Thrones stream. We are in season 4, episode 9. That's the battle at Castle Black. Great episode. Thursday, I will be on with Roman of the Empire again. Friday, back on Legion Talk again for Friday night's Royal Rumble. And then Wednesday, I will probably be doing somewhat of a review, even though the film has been reviewed umpteen times. My take on Sound of Freedom, and I have not decided what I'm going to do for Friday yet.
All right. Acid, you said you're working on another stream.
Okay, so I'm doing a thumbnail on homelessness in America.
You said that's going to be on YouTube and Rumble.
Yes, it'll actually be on both this time. I think it'll
Nice.
be fine.
Yeah,
It'll
we
be
should fine talking
on.
about that.
Yeah, it'll be on. It'll be Tuesday. Just finishing up the paperwork right now and the thumbnail, so it'll be Tuesday.
All right. So also, we just did a stream with Acid. Horror Amarada joined us about maps. I thought it was very informative. We discussed.
It was informative, but you guys really handled it very well. It was very mature, very, everything was very professionally talked about.
So if you guys would like to check that out, just post it in the chat. You can go check out his video there. I'm not going to say it was fun because of the context of the conversation. but it was very enjoyable for what we did, and there was a lot of information given out. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm willing to help them out doing any of that stuff. Static, what do you got going on?
So got the pizza stream after this in a couple hours that I already sent the link. Tomorrow I will have my. You're all right over there, shit.
This son of a bitch just grabbed my Pepsi. The fuck else too later.
Yeah, he was like, I was wondering what he was doing.
Fucking chewing on it.
You should
No,
have let him
you
put
got
the
a bottle
bottles
in
to
the
begin
hole.
with.
Chew on that.
He's not going to distinguish. It's a bottle.
Can't
He's gonna play with
you
it.
can't you can't
There's
put
Pepsi
anything on
on
the
my
floor in my
floor.
house either. I know you can't put anything on the floor.
I'll go put you in a cage. All right, go ahead.
But yeah, so I got the stream coming up after this, and then I've got a video coming out on the New York riot with the Kai Senat stuff going on, and just taking a different kind of look at it. And then my show on Thursday, where we're going to talk about supporting like I don't know how to put it, but it's not exactly a boycott, but like when you choose to support a product or not because of the company. This is all Fractured Filter's fault with him going off on Baldur's Gate and everything. And so we're going to talk about that this Thursday. And then I've got one last thing. I'm seeing right now that Wookie is at 299 subs. If you guys aren't already subscribed to Wookie, please do, so I can stop hearing him cry about it. Like he's like, I'm just on the edge of 300. It's been like 2 months of this. So please do me a favor. Sub to Wookie. If you're already subbed, maybe ask a friend to go sub. I would really appreciate that.
You have another account.
And when you subscribe, watch a video.
Yes.
Watch a video. That will lock it in. Otherwise, YouTube thinks you're a bot and can easily kick you off.
Yeah, if you sub to a channel and don't watch a video that same day, they will remove the subscription.
Yep. And always ring that bell. And ring that bell. Make sure it says all.
There's a story behind that. So when I went to break 200, it was like 2 weeks of going from 199 to 197. And
That was
that's
my
what
fault.
It's doing again.
That's,
As soon as
that's
I
my
posted
fault.
my video last night, lost a sub. I was at 299. So, yeah, YouTube doesn't like me. I talk about bad things, I guess. But yeah,
Hey, I've been around.
I'll unsub from you too, Fracture.
When I was nearing 5, it'd be like 498, then 496, then 494, then 497, and
I think it gets worse the bigger you get because you go on social media, you see people lose like 1,000, 2,000, and it comes back. Yeah. But yeah, so next week.
Well, I was going to say, I think Dempsey figured it out. You need to change your channel to Suki's.
Suki, you're so bad.
I'm working on some stuff on the back end. I'm playing with some new software, trying to do some weird stuff to enhance my videos.
You're working on weird stuff.
Yeah, like I was working on a new
that sounds gay.
bad thing. Only gay for you.
Gay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm at 300 right now. Thank you very much. Thank you.
There we go.
Finally, Jesus
I
Christ.
just saw it. I was looking it up right now. I was just looking. I was like, it's 300. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. Why does it say you're not subbed?
Wow.
Change that real quick.
It's fucking acid back there. It's like, oh, is it 299? Let me hit the button.
That's up now.
But yeah, so I'm gonna try to come up with a video this week. I only make videos about stuff that I'm kind of passionate about, or else I just feel fake. And I will be on Static's channel Thursday. I will not be on the MFR this week because I have to work this weekend. So I will probably be getting for bed when it comes on. And I will be back here Sunday, refreshed, revived, and still hating the world. But everything else, guys, have a good one. Thanks for coming to watch us tonight. I appreciate it. Where is my video? Yeah, have a good one.